Equipment description and basic manual operation. Air Handling Unit, KTE 1000 AHU test equipment will be introduced. The AHU test equipment is composed of air conditioning duct unit, mechanical equipment unit, control panel and air conditioning performance monitoring system. The air conditioning duct unit is divided into supply air duct, room chamber and return duct. The supply air duct is installed with precooler and preheating systems that can cool and heat the external air, and also a humidifier for controlling the humidity. Moreover, there is recooler and reheating systems installed, which can recool or reheat the humidified air. Lastly, an air blower fan is installed inside the duct for air circulation. The speed of the fan motor is controlled by the controller installed on the control panel. And a filter is installed in front of the fan to remove any foreign substances that are mixed and flown in with the outside air. Also, in the front of each unit within the supply air duct, there are 6 temperature sensors installed to enable real-time monitoring on the changes in the air condition passing through the duct. The room chamber was manufactured by assuming the room space that actually controls the load, and a door was mounted to enable the user to add the load directly. The room chamber is also mounted with a sensor to measure the temperature and humidity inside the chamber. The return duct plays the role of discharging the air that returns from the room chamber to outside, or to send the air back to the supply air duct unit, and the upper part of the duct is mounted with a sensor for measuring the outside temperature and humidity. Also, in the connection of each chamber, there are an outside damper for adjusting the external air inflow, indoor air exhaust damper for controlling the indoor air emission, and a mixing damper installed to control the carrying amount of indoor return air and external air. The mechanical equipment unit is composed of a refrigeration system for cooling the thinned coil-type heat exchanger within the duct. First of all, there is a compressor that uses 3/4 horsepower and R404A refrigerant, and also a high and low pressure gauge for checking the refrigerant pressure on the inlet and outlet. The high and low pressure pipes are installed with service nipples to charge or discharge the refrigerant, respectively. A condenser for the condensation of high-temperature refrigerant is installed on the next column of the compressor, along with a liquid receiver for collecting the condensed refrigerant, a filter dryer for removing foreign substances such as moisture within the refrigerant pipe, and a side glass for checking the refrigerant condition and charging level. The refrigerant that goes through the side glass passes through 2 pairs of electronic valves and also the pre-cooler or the recooler unit to be collected into the compressor. The user may operate the 2 pairs of electronic valves randomly to select pre-cooling and recooling for operation. Each entrance of the heat exchanger is installed with a manual expansion valve, so the user can operate the expansion opening directly. On the bottom of the unit, there is a humidifier installed. The humidity sensor installed on the control panel can be operated to enable the humidifier to be turned on and off according to the set humidity value. Next is on the composition of the control panel. The power module is installed with the earth leakage circuit breaker and fuse that authorizes AC 220 volt to the unit, and on the bottom, there is a DC power unit that supplies 24 volt power. After the toggle switch is turned on to verify that the DC lamp is lighted, power can be supplied to each load through the DC output terminal on the bottom. The switch module on the side is installed with a select switch, a toggle switch and a contact/non-contact push button for sequence control practice, and there are also a lamp and a buzzer for use in linkage with other loads. The MC, relay and timer module are installed with 8-pin relay, 11-pin relay, magnetic connector and 24-hour timer for more complicated configuration practice. The DC 24-volt input module is installed with a banana jack terminal for supplying power to the loads such as the compressor, condenser and heater. And there are 3 temperature indicators on the side, 5 temperature controllers and 1 humidity controller. On the edge of the control panel, there is a volt and ampere measuring instrument that measures the operating voltage and current of the compressor, and on the bottom, there is a dual pressure switch connected to the pressure of the compressor inlet and outlet to control the refrigerating system according to the high and low voltage setting. As described above, the AHU test equipment is installed with 4 dampers that uses the rack pinion method. The knob handle of the outside air damper can be rotated to control the amount of air flowing in from outside. And the handle of the return air exhaust damper can be rotated to control the amount of air exhausted to outside. Also, the knob handle of the mixing damper can be rotated according to the selection of pre-cooling and recooling and preheating and reheating to form the air circulation condition preferred by the user. When the switch on the main power module of the control panel is turned on, the AC lamp is lighted to supply the power to the temperature indicator, and the temperature value is indicated. Also, when the toggle switch on the 24-volt power unit is turned on, the DC lamp is lighted to finish the preparation for initiating the load test. The DC 24-volt power module is installed with 3 red positive pole plus terminals and 3 blue negative pole minus terminals. When connecting the banana jack to each load, caution must be taken not to change the positive and negative poles. The black-colored banana jack is connected to the negative terminal, and the red-colored banana jack is connected to the positive terminal to check whether the buzzer and the lamp are operating properly. The positive terminal is connected to number 2 terminal and negative terminal to the number 7 terminal of the 8-pin relay, and the relay is checked for being energized. For the 11-pin relay, the positive terminal is connected to the number 10 terminal, and the negative terminal to the number 2 terminal for checking the proper operation. Also, the banana jack is connected to the operating power unit of the MC and timer to verify that the power is authorized. After the module test on the common control panel is finished, the test is performed on the load control panel. The power is connected in order to the 24-volt input unit. When the power is connected to the compressor, the meter indicates the voltage and current values to verify that the compression is in operation. Then, the power is connected to the condenser to check whether the condenser fan is rotating properly. When the power is connected to 1, 2, and 3, 4 of the electronic valve, the internal electromagnet is energized to make a tick sound.
Okay.
After the power is connected to the blow fan, the knob switch installed on the bottom of the terminal is rotated to enable the user to change the rotating speed of the fan.
Okay.
Lastly, the banana jack is connected to the humidifier to check that the power is authorized to the humidifier.